All right, Shalom. First, I'll start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a lesson on Black Billionaire calls for Black Lives Matter political party. Now, this is the guy that started what do you call it, Salakia? He gonna say it.
You were on Squawk Box a few weeks ago talking about reparations, and now this. I mean, you're definitely thinking big. What leads you to the idea that a new party, an independent party, is what's needed?
Well, I've been convinced for a long time that 40 million African Americans who tend to vote as a bloc in one of the two parties limit their leverage in getting action from both parties.
Right now, he's a sellout, straight sellout. He's a black billionaire. He helped Esau keep us asleep and help us get led to the slaughter, man. You know, and helped Israel get led to the slaughter. This is Robert Johnson founded Black Entertainment Television (B.E.T) in 1980s, which was the witchcraft that they pushed out to indoctrinate Jake into all this hip hop and it's hip hop music and eventually selling out and all the above, man. So he wants to start a Black Lives Matter political party, which means he wants to stay in this society and help this devil continue to conquer his people. This is Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 11. This city shall not be your cauldron. You know, a cauldron is a pot. America is known as the melting pot, man. All the nations are here, man. You know, and Jacob can't over here getting comfortable. It says, neither shall ye be the flesh in the midst thereof. See, getting comfortable, trying to be like everybody, man. But I will judge you in the border of Israel. That's why Jacob getting gunned down the way they getting gunned down, man. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, for ye have not walked in my statutes, neither executed my judgments, but have done after the manner of the heathen that are round about you. Right, and this nigga, Uncle Tom, helping this devil, man. Or is it a Sambo? I forgot which one it was, but hold on, so I can grab this precept. It's Deuteronomy chapter 5. Is this one it? This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Right, even over here in America, man, we ain't possessing it, we in captivity, but we still supposed to be serving our Lord. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? Right, so the nations are supposed to be looking up to us as being the wise and the greats. You know, we're not supposed to be looking up to them, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and thou cast out many nations before thee. This was us coming into the land of Israel. The Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. These are all African nations, man. So-called African nations, man. We are not African Americans. We are Israelites, according to the Bible, of various tribes. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenants nor agreements, and he has made an agreement with this devil, man, nor shew mercy unto them. Right, so we weren't supposed to show no mercy to these nations, man. You know, we got taken down. We're in our captivity because the Lord put us here and everything. But Jacob them still making covenants with this devil and have made covenants with this devil and don't plan on giving up none of that money. Because the scriptures say a rich man hardly goeth into the kingdom, man. These rich people don't want to give up their money. They like this comfortability in this society and what they did to help this devil, man. But this Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Right, so you're supposed to be proud that the God of the universe that created everything, you know, you are special people unto him. You are his chosen people, the ones that he deal with directly. It says to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Right, so yeah. It's in the Bible. You claim you believe in the Bible. That's how you're supposed to think of yourself, as a special person over all the nations. You know, not just the black community, the Latinos, the Native Americans, the Israelites. You know. 1 second. This is how the Lord view the other nations. Since Jake want to be sellouts, man, you're supposed to have pride about yourself and who you are according to the Bible. All them billions of dollars, and you can't send it, you know, or you not gonna do it. I get a precept on that too. It says all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. So that's talking about the heathens, man. Them Africans, them white people, them Arabs, them Hawaiian people, them Chinese, them Japanese people. They ain't nothing to the Lord, man. We the Lord's holy people, a special people unto all, above all people, with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this world, man. Eventually they're gonna come to us for the understanding, or we gonna beat them, you know, and we are gonna beat it into them. There's gonna be righteous payback, man. And you guys that are sold out gonna have y'all heads down in the kingdom because y'all gonna have that everlasting content. Eventually, y'all gonna lift your heads up, but you know, y'all doing us wrong. But it's still all of prophecy, so you know, can't complain about it. The second Ezra chapter 6, verse, what is it, 56? Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 56. It says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, because we all came from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Right. So that's how the Lord look at the other nations, man. You know, and the Adam were Adamites. It was a nation. You know, we came through the Adamites, and then the other nations was in the garden also, man. You know, but that's a topic for another day.
And I think it's time that African Americans form an independent party, not be an appendage of one party or ignored by the other party, and using their leverage in a...
All he's doing is leading to the chip. This is the Roman Empire reincarnated. And the end goal is to lead everybody to that RFID chip, man.
Democracy, to say we stand for things that are principally focused on the interests of the 40 million African Americans, and not have that diluted by trying to be a part of another party where the interests may diverge and oftentimes do diverge. And it's been a fact that had African American interests been fully embraced by one or two of the dominant parties, we wouldn't have the tremendous social, economic, racial issues that we have now.
So I guess I have two questions. One is, how do you build this from the ground up? I mean, the infrastructure alone would be a huge challenge. Would you stage your own candidates? Would you otherwise endorse Democrats or Republicans? How would this work?
Ultimately, an independent party, and this happens in all multi-party democracies, they run their own candidates in various jurisdictions. They run them on the local level, state level, and obviously at the national level. And because this country sort of operates on an electoral college approach to deciding who is the president of the United States, moving votes from one candidate to another can ultimately determine who is the next president of the United States. All you have to do is look at what happened with Secretary Clinton. The low turnout of African-American votes in key battleground states, it ultimately gave the election to Donald Trump. So African-Americans, because they vote as a bloc, can have that balance of power.
Salakia. Democracy is what's going to get America destroyed. Esau pushed democracy all over the world, got the nations all upset about it. It's bankrupting their economies, turning their women into lesbians, transgenders, and against the men. The men's into homosexuals, queers, it's bringing down their societies. So the nations are angry and upset with that, man. That's what's going to get America destroyed, because all that is witchcraft. Salakia. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. It says, Behold, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Right, so Babylon is only, at one point in time, Babylon was the nation to come to, the kingdom to come to. The so-called richest nation there is, the Lord had us build this place up and make it the place that it was, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken. With what? The philosophies, democracy. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? The nations are upset behind the philosophies of America now, man. And that's ultimately what's going to get America destroyed. And, this Negro still pushing that, man. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And that's talking about the nuclear missiles. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, his armor, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. So all of those who want to believe in Babylon, and which is America, and its philosophies, and make themselves a part of this society, is going to perish with the society. So
that it is an election year, and that to get a new political party off the ground probably would take some time. What are the policies you'd like to see put forward by the candidates right now?
Well, I don't see this happening this year, but I do see the discussion about it hopefully happening this year. As you can see, the Democratic Party is terrified of the notion that black folks might either vote a protest vote at the top of the ticket or decide to sit this out. That's exemplified by what I think is the most amazing thing that I've ever heard a white Democrat say when Joe Biden said, even if you thinking about not voting for me, you ain't, here's words, you ain't black. That is a horrendous statement, but it also reflects the need for a black independent party, that someone can be so presumptuous that you have to vote for a Democrat or otherwise you are not identified as black. That is the principal reason why we need a black party, independent, to change that kind of behavior so that we're not, as I said, taken for granted by the Democrats and ignored by the Republicans, because the Republicans basically say they'll never vote for us. So why do we want to engage them in a dialogue about what's in the interest of 40 million African Americans?
Right, so these last couple precepts. This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15, it says, Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also with the philosophies, man. This guy wants us to build a Black Lives Matter political party and to be comfortable in society when he's supposed to be proclaiming the year of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It says, Puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Right, their nakedness is their shame. You know, them not having the truth. And ultimately, if you don't have the truth, you're going to be destroyed. Suck it. This Revelation chapter 3, verse 18, it says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in a fire. Right, so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, us who are the hopeful elect are being tried through all these temptations and all these struggles and suffering that we're going through, you know, because of all this wickedness that's going on in this world. That thou mayest be rich in white raiment, and that white raiment represents righteousness. So we've been tried, man, you know, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness, us not having the truth, because it's a shame unto us, do not appear. Right, so us going through these trials so that we can make ourselves righteous, you know, the elect, so that our nakedness, which is us not having the truth, do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, which is the truth, the word, man, that thou mayest see. Right, so we have to do all the studying and everything so we can break down these precepts and everything. And if we don't, our nakedness is going to be shown. And he's making the people naked, man. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. It says, Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth. So the Lord, you know how a thief is. It's like robber, a person that's getting robbed or something, you know. They come unawares. Blessed is he that watcheth, but you got to be watching for him. And keepeth his garment, keepeth the truth. You know, so Israel is supposed to have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Bible, the scriptures. You know, that's what your garments represent. You're keeping your garment on. Lest he walk naked, meaning not have the truth. This guy is naked. He doesn't have the truth. What he's promoting is philosophies that continue to keep you naked, man. You know, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, us brothers that are the hopeful elect are giving you the truth so that you can be clothed. You know, and they shall, and they see his shame. So there is a shame unto you for not having this truth, man. But like the Lord said, there's a 2/3 and there's a 1/3. So ain't no point of, getting really uptight about it, man. Just brothers get mad. Let me see. I got a couple more scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Right. So, us brothers that be upset while we're doing these videos or seem a little hostile or, whatnot, that's scriptural. We got the right to be like that because we have been oppressed. Guys like this right here with all these billions of dollars putting his money into the effort to keep us asleep and keep us oppressed and keep us under the foot of this devil. And we're not with that. We're not trying to hold no hands with no devils. We're not trying to even live in a world with no devils that are in slavery. They put us in slavery. We got the right to put them in slavery according to the Bible. And a gift destroyed the heart. And these guys like him took gifts. They sold out. They helped with the psychology to keep the blacks, the Latinos, and Native Americans asleep. And that money that they got destroyed their mind. Their heart means their mind, man. They took the money over standing up and being men. This Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. That's why the Black Lives Matter community movement was started by women. The women are ruling over the men, man. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. And the women leading us astray, causing us to err, right along with this guy right here who's helping, causing us to err, or causing Israel to err, because I have the truth. Call out everybody Shema Shai, throughout it to the elders and the bonus to the elders and apostles, man. And the brothers that's helping me learn this understanding, man. It says, because we have our own world. We are not under the community demon. We have our own world. We are the Israelites. We have our own nation. It says, "O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err," meaning to go off, to sin against Yahweh Shema Shai, and destroy the ways of thy path, the way of thy path. Right, our path is supposed to be in the truth, man. So they constantly going against it. For lack of better words, but guys like this gonna be destroyed if they don't turn back to Yahweh Shema Shai. There are cases of rich men, guys with money, waking up to the truth. But with that being said, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.